Supreme Court delivers crushing blow to Starmer as covert EU realignment ruled unlawful. Sir Keir Starmer's leadership has been dealt a truly devastating blow following a landmark ruling by the UK Supreme Court, which has declared his government's covert attempt to realign the UK with EU regulations as unlawful. The judgment, delivered unanimously by all 11 justices, has done far more than merely reject a legal manoeuvre. It has detonated a political crisis that now seriously threatens to bring down the Labour leader. Did you know that over 95% of our viewers aren't subscribed to the channel? We totally get it, life gets busy, and sometimes it's easy to forget. But here's the thing, subscribing is completely free, and it really helps us keep creating the content you enjoy. So, why not hit that subscribe button and join our community? It only takes a second, but it makes a world of difference to us. Thank you for your support. The highest court in the land ruled that any significant alterations to Britain's post-Brexit legal framework must undergo full parliamentary scrutiny, something Starmer's team demonstrably tried to circumvent by pushing through EU-aligned policy reforms, under the radar. These undisclosed plans, which included harmonising UK product standards, rejoining select EU regulatory agencies, and participating in broader climate frameworks, were never revealed to Parliament or the public. Instead, they were shrouded in deliberately opaque bureaucratic language, such as regulatory convergence through administrative cooperation, a phrase now widely derided as a euphemism for outright deception. What was intended to be a quiet realignment has, in fact, erupted into a full-blown political scandal. Within minutes of the ruling, opposition parties were quick to seize the narrative. Reform UK leader Nigel Farage immediately declared the judgment a victory for democracy, pointedly accusing Starmer of attempting to reverse Brexit without proper consent. The Conservative Party launched an aggressive counter-offensive, flooding social media with pointed attack ads framing Starmer as the Remain PM you didn't vote for. In Parliament, senior Tory MPs asserted that this proved Labour could not be trusted to govern, while whispers of betrayal within Labour's own ranks have escalated into outright rebellion. Furious backbench MPs, particularly those representing Brexit voting constituencies, are claiming they were kept completely in the dark about a policy that could cost them re-election. Leaked messages from Labour's internal chat groups reportedly depict widespread panic, frantic blame shifting, and urgent calls for an emergency party meeting. One Northern MP was quoted as saying, with considerable anger, "He lied to us. He lied to the country." Even more damning are leaked documents purportedly showing that Starmer personally signed off on several drafts of the contentious EU alignment proposal. The fallout is now undeniably national and deeply personal. Labour's shadow cabinet is said to be deeply divided, with Deputy Leader Angela Rayner and other key figures demanding immediate clarity. Some are even reportedly contemplating a leadership challenge. Outside Westminster, grassroots anger is escalating rapidly. Constituency Labour parties have begun passing motions condemning Starmer, and campaign activities in key regions have been paused pending accountability. In the media, Starmer's silence has only exacerbated the situation. Once lauded for his strategic calm, he now appears evasive and utterly untrustworthy. Interviews with shadow ministers have added further confusion, with some outright denying the plans existed and others claiming they were purely exploratory in nature. Legal analysts across prominent outlets, including Sky and the BBC, have meticulously dissected the court's decision, unequivocally confirming it as a broad condemnation of Starmer's governance style, rather than mere legal technicality. Meanwhile, Nigel Farage has deftly used the ruling to reignite his Brexit base. At a fiery rally in Sunderland, he thundered that this proves the elites never intended to honour your vote. His campaign has since seen a significant surge in online engagement and support from Leave voters in Northern England. The Tories are relentlessly capitalising on the chaos, with internal polling reportedly suggesting a noticeable dip in Labour's lead, particularly among working-class voters. Targeted billboards have sprung up in crucial battleground areas, displaying Starmer's face alongside the damning words, "He tried to take us back into the EU." The Supreme Court stopped him. You can too. The blowback isn't confined to England. In Scotland, the SNP has demanded urgent clarity on precisely how much devolved governments were informed. And in Wales, Plaid Cymru has called for a formal investigation into Labour's EU contacts. Even London Mayor Sadiq Khan, usually a staunch loyalist, has gone conspicuously silent. The scandal has not only crippled Starmer's credibility, it has fractured the carefully constructed narrative of Labour unity and resurgence. Polls now show a sharp drop in swing voter confidence, with Starmer increasingly viewed as a technocrat out of touch with the national mood. Voters who once saw Labour as a fresh alternative now describe the leader as slippery and dishonest. The right-wing press is in full offensive mode, with headlines in the Daily Mail, Telegraph, and Express unreservedly labelling Starmer's strategy a secret EU plot. Even traditionally moderate outlets are treating Labour's implosion as existential. Inside the party leadership, whispers have grown louder. While no challenger has declared outright, names such as Angela Rayner, Lisa Nandy, and Wes Streeting are being actively floated as potential replacements. Starmer's inner circle remains in bunker mode, defiantly insisting that the fundamentals haven't changed. But to many observers, everything has. The Supreme Court didn't merely kill a policy, it exposed a leader, cracked the very foundation of his authority, and reignited Britain's deepest political divide. Starmer's solemn pledge to respect Brexit is now seen by many as a mere facade. His opponents smell blood, and his own party is now openly questioning whether he can, or indeed should, survive. Whether or not he clings to the leadership, the damage may already be irreparable. The public perception of Labour has shifted dramatically from disciplined and ready to govern to secretive, unstable, and profoundly disunified. And with a general election fast approaching, the consequences for the party could be catastrophic. The question now is not whether Starmer's credibility is damaged, but whether it is beyond repair.